Hey everybody, what's going on? Um, People, I always get up a lot of times before daybreak, and I take my dog out. We sit on the porch out there and just look around, and gives her time outside. Me a little bit of time outside too, but most of the time it's dark. Well, this today I got up and had to run and get going early, and so by the time I got back to the house and actually took my dog out and sat out there with her, the day the light sun was already up and everything. Which usually don't, that first time I go out, usually it's dark. But I'm sitting out there this morning, and we've got nests of bluebirds and redbirds and robins and all kinds of nests of birds all around us here. And I see the redbirds all the time. I don't see the bluebirds as much as the redbirds, but they're around. And but I was sitting there, and one it flew right up and landed right in front of me and my dog. I'm just sitting there looking at this bird, and some birds have long tail feathers, some don't. Some don't even look like they have any tail feathers at all. But I'm looking at this bluebird, and the blue and the white feathers that are on it, the colors, and they're so vivid and clear, you know. And then he flies off, and just the wingspan on him with the white and the blue, and they have long tail feathers that hang off of his tail. Just beautiful, man. Just beautiful, you know. And so I reached down to grab that phone and was going to see if I could get some pictures, you know. And I started thinking about that, while I was sitting there trying. And because that bird ended up coming back, but I didn't take no pictures. But I was sitting there thinking about that, The majority of the people on Earth look around and they see like a bluebird, or they see a redbird, or they see, I'll tell you something, unless they only live in certain places in the United States, they look out and they see these black squirrels. We've got black squirrels up here. Now, compared to the brown squirrels we have, they look like crackheads. These little black squirrels are little, small, skinny, but they're squirrels nevertheless. There's something to do. There's a mix between the brown squirrel and some other squirrels, how they turn black, I guess, from what I hear. But this area up here where I'm at is one of the areas that you'll see them in. But, hey, man, I've lived all over the United States, and I never saw them until I came up here. I flipped out. But, get back to my story. People will go out here, and they'll see these animals, like, and raccoons, and I've seen so many. I've seen mountain lions inside of a mine shaft that I was walking in. But they look at that and they think that happened by accident. That it, from a big bang that happened out in space billions and billions of years ago, that everything on Earth, the Earth and everything on it, happened from this chaos of this big bang explosion. Out of nothing came everything, according to them. Now, you guys understand that in some kind of a massive explosion like that, you would have nothing but total chaos. There would be no uniformity to it whatsoever. You can't claim a stick of dynamite. You can take a stick of dynamite and stick it under a Lamborghini, and the dynamite go off and the Lamborghini fly to pieces and then fly back together to make a Lamborghini again before it all lands on the ground. That's not possible. But they look around at these animals. I mean, some of these animals, they depending on their environment, and I'm going to get into that. Depending on their environment, their hair might be like a bear, a polar bear. They got a different kind of hair, different color hair to blend in with the snow, but it's still a bear. Now, why does it have white hair? Why is it the hair thicker? They can swim in water and not. I mean, it doesn't cold water. It doesn't bother, and they need that coldness. But it's still a bear. Now, why don't a brown bear live out there? It's still a bear because a brown bear couldn't survive it. This bear, between these bears, and there's a lot of animals like, you know, penguins. You're not going to take penguins, stick them in the desert, and they're going to survive. You're not going to, I mean, you'd have to have a building kept cool for them and stuff like that, because they do have them out there in Arizona and in the zoos. But you couldn't just throw them in the desert and expect them to survive. So these animals will evolve within their kind, though. They will evolve to their surroundings. What do they call that? There's a word for it. But they will evolve to their surroundings. If there's animals and there's an area that just stays cold all the time, well, those animals are going to have long, thick fur to keep them warm. If they are in an area that is hot, then they're going to have a thin, light coat. Or they might be a color that reflects the sun instead of drawing it in. Like black draws it in, white reflects it. So these animals, you can see it in a lot of different animals. I mean, certain birds have evolved to their environment. That's the word I was looking for. I was told when I was kids, ducks and geese all fly south for the winter. Not up here. I guess they're too damn stupid to fly anywhere because they sit right here on the ice lakes and shit. They don't go nowhere no more. But to get back to my story again, this bird, and I pick up a phone, and most people, they understand and fully believe that the phone that I was going to take a picture with had a creator. The chair I was sitting in had a creator. The slippers on my feet had a creator. The pajamas I was wearing had a creator. The porch I was sitting on had a creator. The house I walked out of had a creator. The car I drive had a creator. Everything that is not natural, you people believe had a creator. But you don't believe you, as a human, as a mammal on the earth, had a creator. You don't believe any of the animals had a creator. Any of the fish, any of the mammals in the water, oceans. You don't believe the trees had a creator. You don't believe the earth had a creator. You certainly don't believe anything that you see in the sky in heaven had a creator. The majority of people totally believe that everything natural happened by accident, out of total chaos. But everything man-made had a creator. Everything that is unnatural had a creator. Does that make any sense, people? That makes absolutely no sense to me. If nature didn't have a creator, and it all happened from this massive explosion, life would not exist on Earth. You do not get uniformity out of chaos. It's like saying a tornado can rip through a junkyard. It's a pile full of wrecked, broken vehicles. Tornado fly through there, picking these cars up, whipping them around, slinging parts and shit everywhere. And when it comes out the other side, you got a brand new Ford Mustang sitting there, just like it rolled off the showroom floor. There's no way possible it could happen, folks. And there's no way possible it could be the truth to how we got here. There's no way. Use your common sense if you still have any. Use critical thinking if you have any. Now, they claim evolution, which evolution does happen, just not from kind to kind. All the evolution for any kind it happens and stays within that kind. Monkeys don't turn to men. Birds don't turn to men. Fish don't turn to men. Reptiles don't turn to man. No animal has ever changed its species into another species. Ever. And if it has, it's only because man's had his hands on it. Now they show, if you look into this old Egyptian writing and shit, they show people that have bird heads and men bodies and horse bodies and man heads on them, and they show a lot of different kind of things like that. Were they capable of it? I don't know. But it wasn't natural. It wasn't natural. It was something that they put their hands on themselves and made happen. Which, with DNA and gene stuff that they're doing today, they're not the first ones. I could see it happening. Because you know how evil humans can be. Where do you think Frankenstein come from? The damn book, the show, everything. Trying to bring back a dead body, make it alive again. That's the kind of psychotic stuff these evil people dream up. But anyway, if this Big Bang explosion, that's total chaos, created the earth, explain to me how, because the earth is so uniform that if just one thing is missing out of the sky, the stuff we breathe, the thing you guys call atmosphere, if one thing was missing out of it, life would not exist on this planet as it does. Please, somebody come over and kick me in the teeth for saying that word. That word's worse than any other word to me, I'll tell you. Planet. Throws me off of what I'm even thinking. But anyway, there's so much uniformity on this earth that if you take one thing away from your sky, life would not exist the way it does on this earth today. They claim you have monkey DNA in you. You also have plant DNA in you. Why? Because this is a carbon-based earth. Everything that lives on it is carbon-based, so we're all going to have similar DNA. Period. God made it all. There you go. But, to get back to what I was saying, chaos does not bring in uniformity. If the animals that have lungs and breathe oxygen was not breathing out the carbon to feed the plants and the trees, then the plants and trees wouldn't be here. If the plants and trees were not here putting out oxygen, then the animals and the humans would not be here because there would be no oxygen to breathe. God made it. People, you can do this with a lot of things. And they claim, oh, we got cavemen that were half monkey and half man. Neanderthals. No. There was never no half monkey, half man. Never happened. They show you bones that don't even fit together because they're trying to use half monkey bones and half man bones. They don't work, folks. You people will believe anything. They find a tooth in a cave. Just a tooth. They claim it comes from a monkey man. Fully covered in hair. Monkey man. Maybe even had a tail, I don't know. From a tooth. You people believe anything. Now, like I said earlier, evolution does exist, but it only exists within the kind, and it only exists in order for that kind to adjust to its environment. That's it. You'll never have a dog cat. You'll never have a bird cat. You'll never have a lizard fish. You'll never have a lizard horse. These things will never exist, folks, because evolution does not happen in that way. Evolution only happens within the kind, and they're evolving to their environment. That's it. They can't prove nothing else. And I want to ask you folks, if all animals adjust to their environments, and we can all agree to that, can't we? I mean, are you guys so brain dead we can't even agree to that? Okay, we agree to that. Then why would man be the only animal that goes to cold weather and they don't grow fur off over every inch of their body in order to protect them? All the other animals do. The bear, polar bears, hell, they grow into a different color. Their color even changed. Different birds, depending on where they're at, to survive in the cold, they've changed. But they've never changed into a different kind. Now, why is it? If evolution does it, why is it we went from hair all over our bodies, supposedly, in cold weather, to having fire and little to no hair on our bodies, and having to kill other animals to take their furs off of their bodies and wrap around us to keep us warm? That, all you have to use is common sense, folks. Common sense. Critical thinking. But I know none of you have any of that. Some of you do, of course. People, you gotta open your eyes. Look at the blue jay. You think that happened by accident? By accident? Their bones are hollow so that they're lighter, so that the wings that are on their limbs can pick their body up and fly through the sky like we walk. And you think that happened by accident? Accident. No, people. Just as you walk outside and you look at you're going out to get in your car and go to your job. Your car had a creator. The house you walked out of had a creator. The clothes on your back had a creator. The glasses on your face, if you have them, had a creator. The scissors that cut your hair had a creator. Everything's got a creator. And then you look away from unnatural stuff and you look at natural stuff and you just, never had a creator. Just happened by accident. That's what you see. Accident. That makes no sense, folks. Keep thinking that way. The reason why you think that way is because you're part of the devil's herd. And I keep telling you, a lot of people that's a part of the devil's herd doesn't even know it. The brainwashing that you've been put through. Just like with me saying planet, folks, I forced myself not to say that word and it still comes out. But the brainwashing you guys have been put through will be the death of your souls if you don't learn what you've been lied to about. Jesus said, my people will perish. Which perish in the Bible, folks, is your death of your soul, not just your death of your body. It's the death of your soul, the second death. My people will perish from the lack of knowledge. And the reason why he said that is because if you don't have knowledge of what's going on, you don't have Jesus in your life. If you don't know what's going on and you're just going along with the group, it proves you don't have Jesus in your life. Because Jesus wouldn't be telling you to follow the crowd. Ever. Ever will he tell you to follow the crowd. Because the crowd ain't following the right person. The right thing. It never is. Majority is never following right. So, you guys better think about this. It says in the Bible, when Jesus comes, he's going to come like a thief in the night. Nobody's going to know. Once you realize that that's a fact and it's happening, it's too late. You can't fall down and beg at the second you realize that he's real now. You can't fall down and beg for forgiveness then. It's not going to happen, folks. It's going to be too late then. Why do you think they call it faith? For if he stood in front of every one of us and proved to each and every one of us he was real, then you guys would not have free will. He doesn't want that. He wants you to know about him, but he still wants you to have free will to do what you want. So he gives you free will. That's why I also say, if you go to hell, he ain't going to be the one putting you there. You put you there. You followed Satan instead of Jesus. He gave you free will. You could follow Satan or Jesus, whichever one you want. And whichever one you choose, you will be held to. It's up to you, folks. Jesus didn't put you in hell. I didn't put you in hell. Nothing on this earth put you in hell but you. Your dad didn't, mom didn't do it. Your wife or husband didn't do it. Your son or daughter didn't do it. You will be the only one to get you in hell. You're not going to go down because of association. You're going to hell because you chose to. Period. I'm just trying to give you the truth, folks. Do with it what you want. Just always remember, the only way out of this is through Jesus Christ. And make no mistake, God loves you and so do I. Good day, folks.